Hey guys, so for today's video, I created this little halo eye look using the new Sigma Mini Enchanted eyeshadow palette. Sigma did just come out with these mini eyeshadow palettes a couple weeks ago, and I did a video with the Corday Rosa one, and you guys wanted a video with the Enchanted one, so that's exactly what we did today. But before we get started with this eyeshadow look, this video is kindly sponsored by Scentbird. I've worked with Scentbird so many times on my channel, and if you don't know what they are a fragrance subscription service. So each month you get to pick a new designer fragrance for only $17. So my favorite thing about Scentbird is actually the size of the fragrance that you get. So the fragrances come in this little twist up travel size case like this, and the perfume comes out like that. And look at the size of this perfume. It's bigger than those like tiny little samples you get from Sephora, but it's smaller than a full-size bottle. But to me, this is like the perfect size. Personally, it takes me like years to finish a full-size bottle of perfume. So with Scentbird, you get a 30-day supply in a travel-friendly case. So Scentbird sent me a couple of perfumes. Let's talk about them. So first we have Dolce & Gabbana The One. So like I said, this is the case it comes in. You twist that up and your fragrance is right there. You can see the label, Dolce & Gabbana The One. So this perfume has notes of vanilla, peach, lily, lychee, I think is how you say it, and musk. I can already tell this is going to be a summer favorite because I love vanilla, but I love the peach note in it to make it a little more just like fruity and summery. I want to wear this one right now. I can totally smell the peach in it, and I love peaches. The next perfume I got is Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy Noir. Anything juicy just always takes me back to middle school, like wearing the juicy tracksuits and just going into the juicy store and wanting everything. I think I used to wear like the original, like, I don't know what it's called, but the juicy perfume. Anyways, the Viva La Juicy Noir has notes of berries, vanilla, caramel, honeysuckle, and gardenia. Again, I love the notes of vanilla. I'm gonna spray it on my little card here. Ooh. I can totally smell the berries in that. I feel like this would be a really good fall fragrance. I'm actually going to Disneyland in October, and I love buying a new fragrance for just like big events or just like new seasons, and I feel like this juicy one is going to be perfect for that because again, it reminds me of fall, and if I wear this in Disneyland, I'm always going to think of Disneyland when I smell this. And the last fragrance I have is by Hue, and it's called Haley Kiyoko. I've actually never heard of this brand Hue, so that's the cool thing about Scentbird is that it lets you discover new brands and new fragrances that you might not normally buy like the full-size bottle of. This one sounds super fruity. It has notes of blood orange, watermelon, lychee, rose, and skin musk. I gotta spray this one again. So again, I'm just spraying it on the fragrance card that it comes with. Ooh, what am I smelling? I definitely smell the rose in that. I don't think I smell watermelon, but I think I smell the blood orange too. Honestly, this isn't something I would pick up for myself, but it's always fun to try new fragrances. So if you guys want to try out Scentbird, you can use my code ANGELA55 to save 55% off your first month, making it about $8. So a designer fragrance of this size for only $8 is a pretty good deal. And Scentbird is now available in Canada. Thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this part of the video. Now let's get into this eyeshadow tutorial with the Mini Enchanted palette. All right, my eyes are already primed with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, and I set that with a translucent powder. Now let's dig into this adorable Mini Enchanted palette. I'm going to start with the shade Innocent on a Sigma E35, and I'm going to run that throughout my entire crease as my transition shade. The shade is pretty soft at first, but you can build it up to get this kind of pinky mauve-y tone to it. Now I'm going to take the shade Terra on a Sigma E27, and I'm going to place this shade on the outer and inner corner of my eye to create a little halo effect. I'm just kind of building up the shade until I'm happy with the pigment, so I am dipping back in a few times. And then if you need help blending anything, you can go back in with that Innocent shade and kind of touch up the edges and the crease. Now I'm just going to go back to my E35, that first brush I started with, and I'm just going to blend over everything in the crease to make sure it's nice and soft. Now for the center of the lid, you could take almost any of the shimmers in this palette. Like this pink one would be really pretty. I think I'm gonna do Metamorphosis, but also this one would be gorgeous. But I'm gonna take Metamorphosis on my finger, and that's gonna go in the center of my lid. This shade has a really, really pretty duochrome effect. Now I'm gonna go back to the E25 and just very softly blend around the edges of that shimmer so it's not too harsh. Now I'm going to take the shade Claystone on a Sigma E21, and I'm going to use this shade as a little shadow liner, so I'm just pressing that against my top lash line. Now I'm gonna go do my face makeup off camera, and then we'll finish up the eyes together. All right, my face makeup is done. Let's finish up the eyes. I'm gonna take more Tarte on a Sigma E30, and I'm gonna run that along my entire lower lash line. Now I'm going to clean off my E27 on my Sigma switch just to get some pigment off of this brush. Now I'm going to pick a more innocent on the tip of this brush, and I'm going to use that to soften up this Tarte shade. Alright, I feel good about the lower lash line, just nice and blended like that. I am going to touch up that Tarte shade on the outer and inner corner of my lid. And then I am going to touch up that Metamorphosis shade as well because I want this to be as pigmented as possible. Now I'm going to take the Sigma highlighter in Moonbeam on a Sigma LO4, and I'm going to pop that in my inner corner. And a little bit under my brow. Now I'm gonna go pop on some mascara and lashes, and then I'll show you the full face. All right, my eyes are done, and for my lashes, I popped on my brand The Bright Lashes in the style All Naturel. This is my favorite lash from my brand. Super pretty for every day if you like something a little more dramatic. If you want like a super natural lash, minimalist is the way to go, but this is like my perfect everyday lash. And here is what the full face looks like. On my lips, I'm wearing the Patrick Ta, what is this? Oh, Silky Lip Cream in She's Secure, kind of like a peachy color. And then of course I had to top that off with my favorite lip product at the moment, which is the Tarte Maracuja Lip Plump in Peachy Beige. Can I just say what my bronzer is really quick, because this might be a new favorite. This is the Saie Sun Melt in Light Bronze. This is one of the first Saie products I've ever tried. They sent me a little package, and this might be the best cream bronzer I've ever used. This is only my second time using it, but I'm kind of obsessed. All right, and this is what the full face looks like using the little mini Sigma Enchanted palette. Again, I think these mini palettes are a great purchase for anyone who wants to try these Sigma palettes because you get 7 beautiful shades at such a good price point. I will link my 2 other videos with the full size Enchanted palette down below if you want to check those out. Thank you again to Scentbird for sponsoring the beginning part of this video. Again, if you want to check them out, I will leave a link down below for you. And don't forget to use the code Angela55 to get 55% off your first month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.